Morning, Monday, English. Let's have a look. You need a relative clause for this first one. So obviously your commas and then a relative pronoun to start. So the magician, comma, who was called Mystic Mike, comma, was performing at a birthday party. B is about whether you can get the correct spelling here. So shivering and cold, the children tried to block the draft that was coming from under the door. So that'll be that one. That draft is like a first draft. And then this one here, the businesswoman had made a sizable profit on her investment. Well, that would be that one there. Circle both adverbs. We've got tomorrow and proudly. Remember, adverbs describing you how or when. So she represented them proudly, and tomorrow is, describing the when. Mr. Whoops, oh man, this guy jumbled up two adjectives used to describe his fantastic yet naughty new puppy. Well, that one looks like mischievous. Oh, mischievous and marvellous, I'm going to go for. Silent letter definition, so what's the word? A piece of island surrounded by water. I just said it. A piece of land surrounded by water. Island, I-S, remember. A medieval soldier that wore armour. A knight, remember, starts with a K. And then rearrange this sentence so that it forms an fronted adverbial. Don't forget the punctuation. So remember, to form a fronted adverbial, it's time, reason, manner, or place. And look out for a subordinate conjunction, because subordinate conjunction clauses can be fronted adverbials, can't they? And I can see an as. So let's just check. As they neared the finish line, the racehorses. But yeah, so you start with as, so capital A, comma after line, and then you put the main clause in. Lovely. Right, on to our English for this week. I have to say I got some incredible writing over the weekend from the video that I showed you last week. Absolutely incredible. Okay, I'm going to share those today or tomorrow, and I want you to have a read of them because there are some that are fantastic. All right, and there is clearly a standard that we are starting to set ourselves, which is brilliant from some of us. So thank you very, very much for that. Don't worry if you're still writing it. There's not like a deadline of it has to be in Friday. But I know some people like to write it at the weekend, or the best write takes a couple of days. That's fine. I had to think of another one to do today. So I thought we'd enjoy a bit of time travel. Like out of minds, travel away from current times. Now, I was going to dress up. Now, like the vampire video, which I know a lot of you enjoyed, and you enjoyed seeing me be silly more than anything else, I think. But I haven't got a Doctor Who outfit or anything that relates to Back to the Future. So apologies. But I wanted to combine our writing skills with a bit of retrieval knowledge this week. So I want you to write an exciting extract about Doctor Who, or another way of time travel, such as the DeLorean, or maybe you've got an object that takes you to another time. If you can't think of that, you use one of these, and land on Senlac Hill at the start or the middle of the Battle of Hastings. Okay, you can be the Doctor, you can be the Doctor's assistant, or you can tell it in third person and be none of the characters and just tell what happens. So you're going for a time-travelling piece where you're at the Battle of Hastings. You could land at the start where you land on top of the hill and you wonder what's happening, and there's noise and there's racket and there's a real tense feeling of emotion as the start of the battle is getting nearer. You might arrive right in the middle where there's noise and chaos and screaming and absolute chaos from the beginning. But I want to see how you tell this. Okay, so you've got the TARDIS there, you've got the DeLorean, you've got a little bit of a picture to help with the Battle of Hastings, and you've got a little story map. I want you to think about this straight away. Once again, I've not given you a waggle. We're at that time of year 5 where I don't give waggles. I want to see what you guys come up with. We've got the last couple of weeks of year 5. What do you make? Characters. Now, you just need to jot these things down. You don't need to print this off. You can just grab a piece of paper and jot these down. So characters. the doctor, the assistant, which could be you, or it could just be you, and you're not the doctor. You could be, if you've watched Back to the Future, you could travel on your own in the DeLorean, or you could travel with Doc in the DeLorean. It's completely up to you. Or you could just be you. Or, if you do like Doctor Who and things like that, just tell the story where you're not in it at all. Setting. Now, you're going to have to think about where you start your story, because you can't start on Senlac Hill. You need to travel there. Are you gonna make it a really long extract where you start at home or somewhere? Are you going to start with it in the time machine? I know what I would do. I would probably start in the time machine, whether it's the TARDIS or the DeLorean, or however else you want to try and travel if you've got an amazing idea. Main events. You probably want a bullet point here, like you kind of what's going to happen. You've got these here to help you. So your main event, you're going to start in the TARDIS, flashing buttons, lots of noises. Lands somewhere unknown, or you might know, lands and it tells you the time and date on the screen. Same with the DeLorean does that. You get out, but before you do this, potentially you need to think of these two. Now, themes, we're going for time travel, Battle of Hastings, you don't need that one. But these two, a story always has a problem and a resolution. So the conflict or the problem. So obviously we've got the Battle of Hastings. That is something set in time. That can't be changed. So you need to have a problem that you solve. Could it be that you accidentally change something in history? Could it be that simply your machine is broken? Could it be that you simply get lost in the battle and you can't find your way back? Keep it simple, because with sci-fi you can get quite complicated. So keep it simple, a simple problem, but that means that you have to experience the battle in some way, and you get loads of description. Okay, so have a little think about what it might look like. There might be some of you going, oh, I don't like Doctor Who and I've not seen Back to the Future. Well, that's fine. Simply travel in time. Okay, the classic. There's a portal or there's a hole and you put your head through it and suddenly you're there. If you don't like these sorts of things, but you've still got to keep the description going. Maybe you're walking down a path and you like Narnia, you find a door and you're suddenly somewhere else. Make it how you want to make it, but I know a lot of you will enjoy this sort of thing. So basically, today is just plan out what you think you're going to do. Hash out some ideas. You don't have to write any paragraphs or anything like that, but just here's what I'm going to do. Are you going to be in it? Where are the couple of settings going to be? I think you're going to have two settings, the time machine or how you travel, and then the Battle of Hastings. And the main thing is really what's going to be the problem, what's going to happen that's wrong, okay? And I look forward to this. Could be a really interesting one here. Lots of your own thoughts though. So through the week I'll help you build this story up as usual.